Hey folks, Greg here once again with another movie review. This time, The Tomorrow War, starring Chris Pratt. Where do I begin with this movie? Because hachi machi. So this movie takes place in 3 acts. Present day, future, present day. And they're split up in what feels like it would be a trilogy of films, but just done in one whole movie. Wow. Sorry, I didn't know who directed this, and I'm looking at his shit, and a lot of Robot Chicken, the Lego Batman movie. Anyway, Chris McKay is the director. And, let me kind of break down the story for you. So the idea is that Chris Pratt is he's a down on his luck scientist. He's trying to get a job at a college or some other prestigious place. And right in the beginning of the film, he's denied that job. As he's kind of depressed and sitting with his daughter and his wife on the couch, they're watching a World Cup soccer game, and a big portal opens. A big wormhole. And a bunch of people that look like soldiers come out, and the woman says, "Hey, I'm from 30 years in your future. There's a giant war with these aliens. Human race is almost extinct. We need a bunch of people to come to the future to help fight." Now, this immediately doesn't make a lot of sense. Like, why not just come back to the past to get everyone prepared to fight these creatures? Because when they go to the future to fight the creatures, they're not that strong. Like, their hide up top can block bullets, but their whole underbelly is completely open. Like, they're not that protected. An airstrike in the future, an airstrike over the city kills a bunch of them. So it's immediately hard to believe that the military, with all our might, wasn't able to take care of them. Whatever, suspend disbelief. So, Dan, Chris Pratt's character, gets sent to the future to fight, and amongst being there, him and Yvonne Strahovski, I can't pronounce her last name, the girl from Chuck, or Mass Effect 2, if you really want to get down to brass tacks. She's a scientist, and she gets Chris Pratt's character to come up with a toxin and to take back to the future. Now, I'm going to spoil some shit because fuck this movie, but Yvonne's character is Chris Pratt's daughter from the past. They come up with the toxin together after capturing the queen, and she's like, "I need you to come to the future to take the vial back to the past so that way you can fight them." Time out. Time the fuck out. You technically didn't need Chris Pratt's character to come to the future, so why did you need him to come to the future to take the vial back? Why didn't you just give the vial to the woman who came to the past, and then find Dan to come up with the toxin to fight the aliens? There's a lot of plot holes in this movie that just don't make a whole lot of sense. A lot of that shit. One of the biggest things that bothered the ever-loving fuck out of me was Chris Pratt's character, the entire time he's in the future with his daughter, is acting like he's never going to see her again. This concept of, I have to save her, I have to do everything I can to save her, even if it means sacrificing the mission or putting myself in danger. There's never a chance I'm going to see my daughter again when it's promised that the armband takes him to the past. Folks, this movie is shit. It's really bad. I love a good B-movie. I love a good shitty sci-fi movie. One of my favorite movies of all time is Starship Troopers. Fucking love that movie. But that movie makes more fucking sense than this does. This is why sci-fi should not mess with time travel to the extent that it does. It's very frustrating to watch this movie because you're just like, that doesn't make any sense. Why would they do that? That doesn't make any sense. Why would they do that? Constantly. If you can shut off your brain and just enjoy a good popcorn movie for 2 hours or whatever how long this movie is, by all means, more power to you. I don't have that capability. And when I watch a movie like Fast and the Furious, or I watch like Snakes on a Plane or some shit like that, I can laugh at the absurdity. when there's a plot hole that's so blatant that I'm like, no. Like, there's a moment in this movie where Chris Pratt should have died. He doesn't. Whatever. I could take that. Legitimately. I can be like, fine, okay, he didn't die. Whatever. That he should have died, it's physics, whatever. When you start messing with time stuff, and then just the logic that characters are going through just doesn't fit, it's not funny anymore. It just stops being funny. The action is really well done in this movie, too. That's the thing. When they go to the future, shit looks amazing. Action sequences are really fucking cool. And that's the only good thing I can say about this movie. Even Chris Pratt doesn't act well in this movie. The best actors in this are J.K. Simmons and Yvonne Strahovski. I think I just pronounced her name correctly. Anyway, guys, honestly, you could not ever see this movie and be fine. Granted, it is free on Prime. If you're looking for a shitty sci-fi action film, go for it. I mean, I don't want to completely shit on this film. It's not the worst thing I've ever seen, but, like, the whole second act makes this movie really garbage. I mean, arguably the first act makes this movie garbage. It progressively got better as I watched. I'll admit that. The first act, I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? This makes no sense. How would this work? Why is this even a thing? Obviously, Chris Pratt's going to get drafted into this future war. The second act goes, okay, well, it makes a little bit more sense because she wanted him to take the vial, but then you're like, why didn't she just find him originally? Why did he have to know how he dies in the past? Why couldn't she just send the vial to the future? You start asking those questions, and then the third act's like, this is the stuff that makes no sense. Though, I did fucking call it. I did call how it was going to kind of end. And my mom was laughing because she was just like, you fucking called that, Greg. I was like, it's like I could have written this movie better. I don't know. But, folks, it's a solid C-. Really, really solid C-. I'm sorry to anybody that liked it and enjoyed it if I'm poking holes in it. If you watched this movie and you said, hey, it's just like watching Fast and the Furious, then by all means. But when it comes to sci-fi, I cannot do shittily written sci-fi. It just doesn't work for me. So that's why it gets a C-. Yeah, I don't know, guys. It's up to you if you want to check it out. You can follow All Queued Up. All the links are down below. We're reviewing Loki as it goes through its show right now, its episodes. And yeah, other than that, we'll follow me on all socials under Chub Rucky. And I'll see you next time.